Hey guys, this video is going to be a little more serious than my last ones have been. I just want to address this issue that hasn't been really addressed yet. So when we talk about age gap, and it's been beat like a dead horse, I mean, people have been talking about age gap relationships with the Western men, the older Western men, and the young Asian girls ad nauseum. And I want to talk about that topic, but not that particular issue. I don't want to get into is it right or is it wrong? What's the proper age gap? What's acceptable? Because things are less acceptable in the West as they are here in Asia, particularly the Philippines and Thailand. I don't want to get into that. I did an age gap video before on this. The topic I want to talk about is I want to look at the Filipinas side of things. Okay, so I want to look at their perspective and what they're getting into with a relationship with an older Western man. Okay, that's the topic I want to discuss today. So it happens. I mean, it's going on, and it will go on for who knows how long, and basically probably until Southeast Asian countries become more westernized and start acting more like Western countries. The women over here, which that's a subject for another discussion down the road. But we won't get into that. What I want to talk about is what happens after you're in a relationship with a Filipina. Say you're in your 60s or even 70s, getting close to that 80 year age, and you're dating someone, and I've seen that age gap from, they're dating at 18. They're dating older Western men, in their 20s, definitely that happens a lot, and in their early 30s. But let's talk about that huge age gap where someone in, maybe 20 years old is dating, or 21 or 22 is dating someone from the West who's 70 or 75. What's going to happen down the road? And I don't want to talk about the scam possibilities that the Filipina may be scamming the guy, or the guy may be using the Filipina. Those issues and those topics have been talked about enough for you to have your own opinion and on those topics. What I want to talk about is on the Filipina side, if it's truly love, and it's not just a transactional thing where she's giving him what he wants, and in return he's giving her that support that she needs. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about true love, where she really loves this guy, whether he's 65, 70, 75, 78, almost 80. If she's truly in love with this guy and she's in her 20 or early 20s, there's a couple of things. What's going to happen when he dies? Okay, now you can talk about, well, I'll take care of her financially. She'll be set. She'll have a house that she can live in. Her and her kids can live in there, and her family can live there. Maybe you'll have a life insurance policy where she'll get money when you die, which is all great. And if you've got that set up for her, that's fantastic. Good on you on that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the financial part of things. I'm talking about the emotional part of things. So you can take care of her all you want with with the house or the condo or the farm or the money, the life insurance policy or whatever the case may be. You can do that all you want. But if she truly loves you, she's going to be losing the love of her life when you die. And it could be, you could be married, and 5 years down the road, your health could go down the drain and you could die. If you're 70 years old and you're married a 20 or 25-year-old, if you live to be 80, which is 10 years, which, that the statistics aren't great in your favor, she's not even going to be 30 or barely 30. she's going to be a widow at 30 years old, and she'll have a house and maybe a life insurance policy. She'll be taken care of financially, but emotionally she's lost her love, and that's going to be huge hit on her part to lose that. And so I'm talking about the 90% of Filipinas with Western relationships who absolutely and actually love their spouse or their boyfriend or their fiancé. Okay, I'm not talking about that 10%, or maybe it's higher. I don't have those numbers that are just there for that financial reason, and it's all transactional, and there's no real love. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about the Filipinos who absolutely love their guy, and when he dies, they've lost that love. Now, the Filipino culture in the Philippines, if you're 30 or 35 years old and you're not married, you're considered an old maid. And so in a lot of areas, in a lot of places in the Philippines. So if you leave her a widow and she's got kids, maybe from previous engagement or a relationship, or maybe by you, she's got these kids. Now she's looked upon as almost like a pariah. She's not going to be as desirable to the eyes of other Westerners that she may be attracted to. So it's going to be harder for her to find love again. Okay, not to mention she's lost the one she loves. The one she has been with for 5 or 10 years, and she absolutely loves this person. Maybe you had a child together, and now you're gone, and she's lost that. So there's that hole in her heart. So that's what I'm talking about. You have to have, and I don't want to say have to have, but I think you should have that conversation with your Filipina partner, your girlfriend or your fiance, or even if you're already married, your wife. If there's an age gap issue, if she's a lot younger than you need to have that conversation about how are you going to feel when I die? Not if I die, because there's no if in death. You're going to die, and being older, if you're 65, 70, 75, going on 80, the chances of you dying sooner obviously increases. The mortality rate and the morbidity rate is there. So that's just statistics. You're going to die, and you're not going to have a 40-year or 50-year marriage with this lady. It's going to be, if you're really lucky, you're going to have 20 years together, probably 15, more like 10, and God forbid, it may be 5. If you come over here and your health is already an issue, there's the problem. There is a big problem right there. If you're unhealthy and you're over here and you find a young Filipina to get engaged to or to marry, now you're talking about health issues, and the chances of you living a longer life are pretty slim. Let's face it, especially if you're in the province, the health care isn't the greatest. And so, you have to travel quite a way to get taken care of. So I wanted to bring that part up to you. I think you should have that conversation with your girlfriend, fiance, or wife. If she's, there's a huge age gap and she's a lot younger than you, ask her how she feels about that. Ask her what's going to happen to her, or how is she going to feel when you die, because that's the topic that you may want to avoid. But I think you need to talk about it. I think that's a topic that needs to be discussed with your girl. So I would just encourage you to try to have that conversation with her. And she may not want to talk about it because I think she doesn't want to address that issue. She may not want to address it because it's a serious issue that needs to be discussed. The second thing I wanted to talk about in relation to this is the health issue. So what's going to happen when your health starts to deteriorate, if it hasn't already? Like I said, you may have come over here and you already have health issues, and they're just going to get worse. So at that point, when you're 70, 75 years old and you're dating a 20 or 25-year-old Filipina, or you're engaged to her, she's your fiancée, or you're marrying her or married to her, is this more of a daughter relationship? Is it a wife relationship? Or does she become a caretaker now? And that's another part of that conversation you need to have with her. Is she prepared to change those roles from being that wife to being a caretaker? Now, in the States, in the U.S., we can put our parents in nursing homes or assisted living. They've got those options there, because if they become old and can't take care of themselves, and the sons or the daughters can't handle that burden, there's that option to put your parents into a nursing home or an assisted living home. They don't have that option here in the Philippines, so your wife can't put you in a home to have someone take care of you. She has to be the one to take care of you, her or her kids. So that's an issue that you're going to have to talk to her about. Is she aware of this, first of all? And if she is she prepared to be that caretaker when maybe she's 30 or 35 years old and you're in your late 70s or early 80s and you've got some health issues and you need help? I'm just going to be blunt. Maybe you have to have you have to have a change of diapers or something like that. This is going to be a blunt conversation you're going to have with your Filipina partner. If you're to a point where you can't get up and down stairs or up and down out of a chair or out of the bed, she's going to have to help you around. Is she prepared to do that? Is she aware that she'll have to do that, or she may have to do that? Is she able to do that? Because these Filipinas are small, like 5 foot or 5'1" or 5'2", very small women. So, and you may be a big guy. I've seen a lot of obese older men with very small, petite Filipina girls, and I'm thinking to myself, it's like, boy, is she going to be able to help him when he can't get around very well? That's going to be an issue, and that's a topic you're going to have with. You're going to have that talk with your Filipina partner. And this is a blunt discussion that I'm having right now, and I know a lot of you may get mad at me and and may comment, but that's okay. I may get a lot of flack for this, but it's just the reality check that you have to have, and you have to have that conversation with your Filipina girl. Now, if you have already, you've done all this, please let me know in the comment section. I'm not here to bash age gaps, because it's acceptable here in Southeast Asian countries, especially in the Philippines and Thailand. So it's something that's acceptable. So I'm not here to do that. I don't want to bash anybody for that. That's not what I'm here for, and I don't want those comments. So please don't put those comments on there. This topic is about what's going to happen when you're older and you can't take care of yourself, and does your Filipina, is she able to do that to help you out there? And then also, if you die, what happens with her? How is she going to feel about that? That's what I want. And so if you had that conversation with your girl, put in the comment section how that went, what her thoughts are. If you haven't yet, but you've thought about it, let me know. If it's something you don't want to talk to her about, that's fine too. I'm not telling you this is something that you have to do. Obviously, I'm not in charge of anybody but myself. But I'm just saying that I think that's a topic that should be addressed. So let me know in the comment section what you think. I much appreciate it. I appreciate all the subscribers and all the views. So please share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll keep putting some fun content here too. But this was a topic I've been thinking about for a while now, and so I thought I would take this opportunity to just talk a little bit about it, just this short video, and talk about that. So I hope what I hope comes from this is that it brings a little bit of awareness. Maybe you hadn't thought about this before. And, if I have a small percentage of females that watch my channel, some Filipinas. So if you're in that sort of relationship, I'd like to hear your comments as well. If you're thinking about that, tell me what your thoughts are on this. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about the future with your older Western partner? So like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post more videos. And mabuhay. You guys have a great life and live your life fully. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye bye.